Hi, thanks for watching. It's the Lipstick Gal, and I wanted to go through my trash today and show you what I've been using, finished, and what I loved, and what would I buy again or already have. All right, let's dive into it. I wanted to start first with hair products, mainly because out of all the things that I love skincare, I love cosmetics. I have a really hard time being committed to hair care. And it's terrible, but it's just not the most important thing to me. And I'm sure that if I worked in a salon, it would be more important. I'm fairly happy with my hair. My hair, by the way, is naturally curly. So some of the products that I have been using for to help keep the curl, promote the curl, and when I diffuse it is this one. This is from BioTerra. It's called their Ultra Moisturizing Defining Curl Cream Gel. Looks like this. I got this at Sally's. Now, let me tell you, for years, I have been paying through the nose for salon products. And I thought, you know what? I'm always looking for a bargain. I'm trying to do more of that, less of the, oh, sure, I'll pay $70 for that. And this works surprisingly well. I like that it is paraben-free. It hydrates, shapes, and defrizzes curl. The other thing that I noticed about this, it has some natural oils. One of them happens to be marula oil, is that it's not that expensive and it works really well. Works as well as some of the salon things I had been using. I picked this up at Sally's and I already have another bottle because this one's gone. All right, another thing. This is something else that I've been trying, and I've been having a hard time finding it, so I used to pick this up at my local Ulta. This is from Shea Moisture. This is the Mongongo and Hemp Seed Oil High Porosity Moisture Seal Styling Gel. Could you get any bigger of a mouthful of words? But their hydrating gel, I like it because my hair, it absorbs. If there's moisture in the air, if it's humid, I just end up with a big frizzy triangle on my head. Even though like today it's been ironed straight, it doesn't take much for it to kind of flip out. And I like that this is high porosity and it's one of those things that it helps to kind of seal the cuticle. It worked really well and it wasn't that expensive. It was like maybe $8 for this, and this is 8 fluid ounces. It's sulfate free and color safe. But the problem I have is I can't find it. This whole high porosity line, I can't seem to find anywhere. I may have to get it straight from the Shea Moisture website, but this would definitely be a repurchase for me. Something else that I finished up, and this is one that I'd had for a while, it was a sample of the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. I like it. I think it works. I don't know that I'm willing to pay the full price for this when I found that there is a dupe at Sally's that I'm trying out right now. Seems to be okay. I don't know that it's quite as good as this, but I'll keep you up to date on it. Other thing that I've been using for my hair, and I might repurchase, is the Redken Diamond Oil. I used to get the diamond oil that was kind of in the smoky quartz bottle. This one here is part of their Pillow Proof Extend line, which helps to extend your blowout and things like that. It also helps to dry your hair faster. And I love the way this worked. It worked really well on my hair and on both of my girls' hair, and their hair is very different than mine. Mine tends to be coarse, very dry. It also is got some curl, mostly wave to it, and theirs is straight as a pin and very, very, very hard to keep a curl. Mine's the exact opposite. But this worked great for all of us. I needed a lot of this to make my hair not look dull, because curly hair naturally doesn't have the same shine that you would get out of straight hair. I like that. I'm considering buying a new one. It's kind of spendy. All right, from there, where do we go? Let's go into face care. One of my all-time favorite face washes, even before it runs out, I keep a backup on hand because I refuse to be without this. This is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. There we go. It's conditioning, it's hydrating. My face never feels overstripped. And out of all the products that I've tried from Glossier, and I've tried so many, this is one that I am truly committed to. And now that I have a daughter who's 10, is starting to worry about making sure that she doesn't deal with blemishes or dull skin. She's starting to notice those things now, or before she was kind of like, whatever. Now she's like, Mommy, is my skin okay? I have her using this because if you accidentally get it in your eyes, and maybe my eyes aren't as sensitive as yours, but I find that mine just like wash it out, no problem. And she doesn't have to worry about it stinging her eyes either. I don't know if they made it purposefully that way. If they did, good on you, Glossier, but I love this. This is usually if I have one in the shower. So in the morning, I'll use this when I don't have any makeup on my face. But if I do have makeup, I'll do a balm or an oil cleanse first and this second. And I find that it doesn't overstrip my skin, and it's fantastic. One that I didn't finish that I'm getting rid of, this is the Acai Berry Magic Bubble from Pure Plus. It's a Korean brand, and it was just too harsh on my skin. And there still is some in here. Can't really shake it up. There's not a lot. I was trying to muscle through and get through it, and I just couldn't. I told myself I can't. This is probably my 9th or 10th jar of this. This is from Vanilla Co. It's Clean at Zero. I know there has been a huge trend to have balm cleansers. I know It Cosmetics has one, Clinique has one. So many different companies make balm cleansers, but I remember seeing them years and years and years before anybody started making balm cleansers here in the States, and they were Korean. And Vanilla Co. is a Korean company. I really love Korean skincare. This here, I believe, is 100 mils, so that's like 3.5 ounces. I'm using a different one right now, and I like the balm cleansers the most because when I use an oil cleanser from a pump, I find that it like runs through my fingers, and before I can get it on my face to emulsify all of my makeup off, I get it in places I don't want it. Sometimes it drips on my clothing. This doesn't. You grab a little bit all over your face, even on your eyes. This works really, really well. They have different varieties of this, and some for sensitive skin, some for acneic skin, and I just use the original one that comes in the pink jar, and I love it. Recommend it all the time. The other thing that I finished up that I used for cleansing is this Lancome Bi-Facil. I've been using this since I was a teenager. I'm 43 years old now, and I have tried other eye makeup removers, and I always come back to this. And it gets more and more expensive every year, and I still shell out for it. I call it like unicorn tears. Like they could fix anything. It's one of those, it's a biphase. It has an oil as well as something else. You shake it up, you pour a little bit out onto a cotton pad. I wish they had it in a pump. I actually decant this into a pump. It has one of these large openings, and several years ago they started making it childproof, and I'm like, what children are drinking eye makeup remover? What idiot is letting their kids get into it? It's so expensive. But I decant it because I can't stand the twisting it off every night to try and remove my eye makeup. But it works really great for really long wearing eye makeup like eyeliner, mascara, things like that. And there are a couple of really bright shades of eyeshadow that I have that can sometimes stain the skin. This gets it right off. I love this. This is from Etude House. It's their Real Art No Wash Cleansing Water, mild and refreshing. This is 4.14 fluid ounces or 300 mils. This is basically your micellar water. Now, I know there are a lot of really great micellar waters, and I know that when you use micellar water, I don't necessarily use micellar water to remove my makeup. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of this on a Q-tip if I have a mistake going on in my eyes or something. Or I get some fallout that I've wiped away, and then I have, eyeshadow colors streaked across my face because I'm too impatient to do it the right way. I'll take a little bit of this on a cotton bud, and it just completely takes care of everything. I also decant this into a pump because, it's not hard. It's just like a little squeezy tube, but I find that if I do this, there was a little drop left in there, that I end up going through it way too fast. The other way, I can use just as much as I need without overusing it, and this is so reasonable. For 300 mils, you get so much more of this at a lower cost than many other ones, and I like it better than all the drugstore ones. This to me is fantastic, worth every price, and yes, it does have a little Mona Lisa on the front. All right, from there, this was a toner, a spray toner that I had been using. It was from Dr. Clear Magic Toner. It's from the Skin House. I liked it. It helped to keep its sebum controlling and soothing. And I tend to get really oily on the nose, especially in the corners of my nose here. And I found this really worked. I'm trying something else right now, but this is going to go on my list of, if nothing else works as good as this, I'm buying this again. And it's one that you can just, very little in there. You can still just spray all over. Another thing that I'm loving, and I have another one, I bought 2 of these at the same time because I'd heard rave reviews. This is Wish Trends Mandelic Acid 5% Skin Prep Water. It's basically an exfoliating water. So in the morning, wash my face, this on a cotton pad all over. And I find, even though I'm so meticulous when I'm washing my face, I don't always get everything off. And on the days that I don't wear makeup, there is still that, residual layer that you get just from living, perspiration, outdoor pollution, elements and things like that. This helps to get it all off, but it also helps to keep my skin, if I ever get dry patches, and I rarely do, but there are places like on the tops of my cheekbones or like right around here where that happens. This helps to exfoliate in a very gentle way. I like it. I go through this really quickly, trying to find a less expensive option. I do have another bottle that I'm halfway through right now that I opened maybe 2.5 weeks ago. So I am waiting for an order from The Ordinary because they do have a mandelic acid, but theirs is a 10% and it's not in a prep like this, it's in a serum, but I'll let you know. I also finished up, this is Pyeongkang Yul's Essence Toner. This is probably my favorite toner. And if you're thinking along the lines of Korean toners, this is hydrating, pH balancing, and I use this for the 7 skin method, where you put a dime size amount, there isn't any left in here, on your hands, press it all into your skin all over, 10-20 seconds later, another small little tiny shake, and you do that 7 times. And by the time I'm done, I sometimes can go without any sort of moisturizer. I'll put sunscreen on top and my skin is bouncy, juicy, hydrated, and fabulous. This also has a minimum of ingredients in it. I get it from Olali, but it's fantastic. I already have another bottle of this that I've opened and I'm currently using, but I don't see anything kind of upsetting and getting the, the high shelf mark that this has for me right now. This is really, really great. I finally finished up. I'd had this for more than a year. It was like, it's time to finish it up. It's the Boscia Luminizing Black Mask. It's a peel-off mask. I'm worried that peel-off masks, although they're great for exfoliation and deep cleansing and things like that, that the older I get, the more something like this where you're peeling, you're doing something that's stretching or maybe even slightly injuring your skin when you could be exfoliating with an acid. So I truly believe in acid exfoliation. I'm glad to have finished this up. I won't repurchase this, not because it's not a good product, but because I'm trying to care for my skin in a different way. Another thing that I have absolutely loved, this was a box, I believe, of 5. This is another Wish Trend Korean product. It's their hours-long moisturizing gauze sheet masks. These come in 2 separate pieces, as you can see here, and the fabric that they're made out of, I think it's biocellulose. I don't know what it is. It is one that hangs onto any other traditional cotton or fiber sheet mask I'll put on. And once you pass that 15-20 minute mark, you can start to feel, especially like right around in here on the nose flap and along the edges, it gets really dry and it's lost all of its moisture. This stays absolutely dripping juicy, and I can leave it on for an hour, still pull it off. None of it is dry. None of it feels like thin and crusty like sheet masks do in certain areas, like the strip that goes over your lip or around your mouth when they start to dry out. It stays, so like you could squish it up, squeeze it out, and you'd have like a handful of essence. I love these. They're kind of expensive, but I think they're worth it. I'm going to buy more of those. I have 2 more to go through from my second box of these before I'm done. All right, one last thing, and then I'll save the rest of it for another video because we're getting kind of long. A whole box. You can see the box here. It says on the back what it is, but it's basically this. I'm getting into like my 5th or 6th box of these. These are the Wish Formula C200 Bubble Peeling Pads. They exfoliate, brighten, and they help your skin glow. I love these. They come in a box of 4 like this. They're 20-something for the box. These are little pads. You slip your finger through that area and you exfoliate your face. And there is a lot of vitamin C and other minerals and vitamins and whatever in the juice in here that this little pad sits in. And as you exfoliate your face, one side has kind of a gauze covering, and the other side is like a little cushion. And then, so you exfoliate, then you flip it over, and then you pat the rest of it into your face. And these are supposed to be single uses. I can usually get about 4 uses out of each one of these since they're so expensive. I leave it, I put it back in here, put it back in the shower, and I use them for 4 days in a row in the morning, and my skin is absolutely glowing. I also find that some of my hyperpigmentation spots do get a bit lighter. I haven't used it recently, but I love the effect that I get from this. I would definitely recommend this. I repurchase these, and when I have like 8 to 10 of them, I send a friend home with one and say, try this out, see what you think. So those are my empties. I have a few more. I might do 2.0, my next version, because I do have some cosmetics and some more skincare that I wanted to share with you. But we're a little long for now. We'll save that one for next time. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.